this guy's been phenomenal. The Giants are still going. And our man who, let's face it, we were the good luck charms this year, Julian. Let's be honest, buddy. Let's be honest. We're 1 for 1 with playoff appearances. Julian Love of the Giants. What's up, kid?
Hey, how we doing, guys?
How are you?
How's the week
been?
The thousands of people you talk to all year long, then we're the ones that BT thinks are the
Why
cause.
do you always do this? But Julian, I'm going to let that one go. Let me ask you, how different of a week, if at all, has this week been compared to the week leading up to the Vikings? Practice schedule, other things, any difference at all?
I would say it's less of a difference. I mean, there's probably been more media members at practice. But other than that, I mean, our schedule's been pretty normal for a Saturday game, which is good. I mean, we're staying in our routine.
Yeah, and, it's interesting because the wild card round, anything can happen. You guys know that. You know that, and I think everybody who plays the game knows that. Anything can happen in a wild card round. But once you, earn to the divisional round, it's like, all right, we're close now. The mentality changes a little bit. What's the internal conversation amongst you all been like now that you are at the stage where you can get into the championship game?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that. We're on the cusp of greatness right now. We're chasing greatness. And, there's 8 teams left. And it's a whole lot nicer practicing right now. A bunch of, players across the league are at home watching. And so we got to take advantage. I think the energy this week has been great because we know, hey, we're close here. We got to take this 1 week at a time and, beat the Eagles. And then, I mean, it's an exciting time, I'll put it that way.
What do you say to those? Because we've been having this conversation for a couple of days now. I believe in this Giants team. I'm biased, obviously, because I know how you all play. You limit possessions. It's not going to be 31 possessions in this game like there was in the Bills and the Miami Dolphins last weekend. You guys had 17, and 2 of those were kneel downs between you and the Minnesota Vikings. So it gives you a chance. But a lot of people will say the Eagles are just better. As you guys look at the matchup, you played twice. One was, we know what happened. It was a disaster. The second one was tighter, even though most of you guys didn't play. But when you look at this particular matchup, how would you handicap yourselves against what was one of the best teams in the NFL for most of the season?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. They have talented players. I think it's been a great week of prep because, one, obviously we know who they are. We know what they like to do. Teams don't really change at this point in the year. They are who they are. And with that, we have to grow and we know what we're going into. We got to know how to play. We got to be locked into our keys because, you have, 19 weeks of film to watch now, 18 weeks of film. And so it's an exciting time. And, playoff time is different. This rivalry is different. And so, regardless of what people say about the spread or any of that crap, we just lock in because we know it's going to be a division playoff battle.
Yep. We're talking to Julian Love of the Giants here on Tiki and Tierney. Julian, is there any fear, even if it's a small percentage of the locker room, that because, you guys overachieved, you weren't necessarily supposed to be a playoff team, you already won a playoff game on the road, we can already stamp this as success. From the outside looking in, Giants 2022 season, boom, success. Is there a possibility that there's some complacency that sets in because you guys have already achieved some good stuff?
No. I mean, in the building, they've just kind of set the standard earlier in the year that, yeah, it's cool. Everybody wants to, make the playoffs. And our team has really one goal. Every team should have one goal, and that's to win a Super Bowl. I mean, you're selling yourself short if that's not your end goal. What are you playing for? To make the playoffs, to win one playoff game? Kobe had that quote when they were up 2-0 in the finals. Job's not done yet. What am I to be proud of?
Yeah.
It's great to be 2-0. It's great to win this first playoff game, but the goal for us is to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's the mindset, and that has set into everybody. Everybody's really fired up this week because we know there's still more to get for us.
Yeah, there's a lot more to get because there's still 2 more games if you win this one. But this one has a lot of challenges for you all because of the talent of the Philadelphia Eagles, the wide receiving core. The tight end is pretty good too. Quarterback was on an MVP pace until he got injured a little bit. As you guys think about attacking this game, We saw how you did it last week. You play a lot more zone than you usually do. You defended or doubled mostly Justin Jefferson. T.J. Hawkins had a big day, but it didn't kill you. And you think about attacking this Eagles team. How do you do it defensively?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got to know they have good players, of course, but you have to know, what they like to do in certain situations. That's what it comes down to. They have a lot of good players, but not everybody can get the ball every play.
Yeah.
One person has to get the ball, so we got to be locked into that. For the Vikings game, just ever since I was on an MVP pace, we knew going to the game, this one person cannot beat us. The game plan was a game plan. Obviously led to maybe Hawkins having a bigger day, but that was a game plan. 18 is not going to beat us. I don't care who else does or tries to. And with this team, it's a little different because they have superstars all around. But we have to just be locked in situationally. Wink has a really good game plan going into this week, and we're gonna give them some of our best looks. And so that's kind of how you have to attack a team like that, trying to play to our strengths.
Yep. I'm sorry, Julian. He's going to be out there, so he's healthy enough to play. But are you convinced that Jalen Hurts is fully healthy? Because we're not.
Yeah, you never know with stuff like that. Obviously, we're all competitors, and no matter how dinged up we are in this situation, you want to be the guy to go. But I mean, we're definitely going to test him out and see, how good he's actually feeling. He makes their offense go. He's a talented player. Like you said, he was playing an MVP pace all year, and he's going to have to earn it. I mean, that's as simple as I can put it. Whether he's hurt or not, whether he's feeling it or not, he's going to have to earn everything he gets because that's our approach going into this week.
Listen, we're not talking about the head, so it's obviously nothing reckless or dangerous, right? Okay, no doubt. We know the shoulder's been jacked up, but when you guys are on the field, I mean, there's big, fast, strong bodies flying around at a ridiculous rate of speed. So it's easy to say this on the radio. It's a lot harder to do this when the bullets are flying. I get that, but you know that you can't wait to pop that shoulder. You know it. So
I think it's easier said than done.
That's why I preface it by saying what I said. But you obviously still want to hit that thing early. So how do you balance of making sure you just make the tackle versus making sure that you hit that shoulder?
Yeah, I got to preface this. Of course, you know me. We're not trying to intentionally, target, an injury on him or trying to hurt him or anything like that. But we got to play physical game. I mean, the best way to put it is if he runs like a running back. When he has the ball in his hands, he's a running back at that point. And so we got to tackle him like a running back. Take that what it is. Once he's taken off, he's not a quarterback anymore.
Yeah.
He's a ball carrier, and so we got to tackle him as such.
Yeah.
And that's how we have to play.
Have you guys emphasized that this week? Has that been, a talking point? Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, he's made guys look silly because guys are passive when he has a ball in his hands running towards him because he's a quarterback. You have that.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess you could call it a fear of a penalty whenever a quarterback has a ball in his hands, but he's not that to us.
Yeah, no.
Once he crossed that line of scrimmage, he is a running back.
Yeah,
so,
once it's tucked, it's all bets are off.
Exactly
Your quarterback, and we've asked you about Daniel Jones. You came in with him. You've seen him, ups and downs and developing. Just backing up a week, just from an impression standpoint, how impressed were you with Daniel Jones's? I mean, this is his first playoff game. He played elite. I mean, he was unbelievable last weekend.
Yeah, he was dialed in. I mean, he's earned it. He had that look in his eyes all week. Like, it's time to, show people what I have. And he's a talented guy. I'm a huge advocate for him with his arm, with his legs. He's making smart decisions. Times where he has to lower that shoulder to get the first down. Times when he's sliding. I mean, just those nuances of his game right now are at all-time high. And so he's to carry that on for us. He's to continue to be that player for us and just be smart with the ball and take what these defenses give him.
Yeah, and one of the relationships that he's really built here is Isaiah Hodgins. And I want to ask you about Hodgins because when a guy comes off the practice squad, he just shows up out of nowhere.
No, he was off the street.
I mean,
he was off waivers, yeah.
That's what I mean, for the Bills, formerly I meant on the Bills practice squad for sure. So that you guys just basically throw him out there. He doesn't resonate with you guys. You're a starter. You're like, all right, who's this guy's a dime a dozen? In your own mind, this guy's a jag, just another guy. I know how you guys think because I would think the same way if a guy came off the street. And then you start seeing him practice. Were there any early signs amongst the defenders like, oof, this kid runs tight routes? Or was there no inkling that he was anything more than average Early impressions of Hodgins.
Yeah, honestly, like you said, it is tough when you have bodies coming in and out. I didn't really know him or his name even, for a bit. Just because, you're in the flow of things and you just don't, pay attention to that type of stuff. But I think the early impressions of him was in games. Like in practice, it was practice. Like he didn't really, I'll put it this way, he's a gamer. So for the first game or two, I'm like, man, this guy's getting open. This guy's catching these contested catches. This guy is doing those gritty things. And, I mean, it's just been every week. He gets started off when he first got in, like, oh, man, he's making a nice couple catches. And now it's like you expect that out of him.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, his name caught on real quick with the locker room, with, the Giants community, because he's just been consistently performing in the past, 7 or so weeks.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most important thing as a player. You know this, is you need to be able to count on your teammate to give you the same thing every single week. The inconsistency is what drives you crazy. And I think the expectation has risen. I think it's risen for all of you guys. And I think it's an awesome thing. It's a beautiful thing to, as a Giant fan, to experience in real time. And I got to believe that even you guys, now that you've exceeded the expectation, are starting to say anything can happen. Is that really the feel inside that locker room?
100%. I mean, I think I told you before, a Colts game or whatever it is, like we're trying to get in, and once we get in, all bets are off. We are the New York Giants. We play tough games. We play a good brand of football. And so people are going to have to see us. Like, people are going to have to play their best ball against us, because we're not just in here like, oh, we made it this far. We should be excited. Our mindset is to go into these away games and win.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our mindset going to Philly. It's going to be a hostile environment. They're going to, the Coors Light will be popping off at 8 a.m. for whatever.
8 a.m. Bloody Marys at 8 a.m. Come on.
I was about to say.
No, in Philly it's probably Coors Light.
That's
He's
true.
probably right.
Whiskey.
They're going to be Jägermeisters. They're going to be popping off early.
All right, so before we let
know
you go, I need your direction on something from me. I'm going to get a little selfish here. So, actually, Dove, can you just play this real quick for Julian? So the other day, Thursday, before the Vikings game, full disclosure, we both picked you to beat the Vikings, okay? Full disclosure, I picked the Eagles this week. Mm-hmm. Full disclosure, I gotta be upfront with you on that, right?
Okay.
But I want you guys to win. But last Thursday, I was telling Teak, bring in your jersey to wear on the air on Friday, right? And he wouldn't do it. So as we're wrapping up the show, it's about 10 seconds, not long.
I'm not wearing my own jersey.
I got you. Here's what I said. Now, you need to listen, then I have to ask you a question. Do me a favor.
I am not.
Wear a Giants jersey. Wear your Giants jersey tomorrow.
Are you crazy?
Okay, bring in your Giants jersey. I'll wear it.
No way you'll wear a Giants
I'll wear it
jersey.
for you.
You're a Jet fan.
I'll wear it for my Giant friends.
You're going to wear a Giants jersey.
And I want the Giants to win.
All right.
Okay. So I have created this ridiculous situation for myself. You don't want me to wear the jersey, do you?
I would like for you to wear the jersey. For
Thank
sure.
you. Everybody, even Joe Namath said he should wear the jersey.
Yeah, Joe Namath called before. He said, wear the jersey. Put it on.
I mean, come on. I mean,
Oh, boy.
yeah, that's the only answer. You got to put all the pride to the side and just
I got
throw
to man
that thing
up.
on.
I got to man up, right? I got to
Be
man
better
up.
than your word.
I got to man up.
Exactly
right.
right. I've been on the show too much for you not to wear a jersey.
No, that's another good one.
That's true, too.
He's going to take credit, Julian, for your success. Then you better wear the jersey.
Hey, maybe if you would have held on to that interception the other day, I would have worn it. How come you didn't squeeze that one, dude? What happened?
Oh, man. If you'd have worn the jersey a week sooner, you would have been in this position.
Yeah. And by the way, did you know that you didn't have that right away? Because we couldn't quite.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Yeah, 100%.
You knew.
Yeah.
You knew. I got you.
Yeah. I just tried to sell it, but,
Yeah.
I mean, hit the ground.
Hey, listen, man. Go hammer those punks, will you?
Yeah, man. Thank you,
course.
Julian.
All right, fellas.
Good luck
You
this
got it,
weekend,
man.
dude.
There he is.